So I've been trading on Pocket Option for the past 5 years. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to trade on Pocket Option. So first off, you want to head over to pocketoption.com. You'll be redirected to the language that your country's in. For me, English. And then from here, all that I have to do is register. So email, password, promo code. Okay. Very simple. And then say I've acknowledged and sign up. Okay. What I would recommend you do that I didn't do when I signed up is go over to a site like becoinnet, where you can go over to Pocket Option right here and you go to Pocket Option. Uh, if you copy this promo code right here, you'll get some special bonuses. Okay. So you can either click this link, which will directly lead you there, or you just enter this promo code VLX094. Okay. It's a great promo code. Sign up. And then once you're inside of Pocket Option, it should look something like this. Okay. So you won't have any indicators set up. I'm going to remove those right now. Um, you should just see something like this. You might be on a certain stock or something like that, but you might see something like this, right? Maybe nothing up here. These are the bookmarks I have, but you'll see something very blank, very plain. Okay. You might not know what to do. From here, you can do many different things. Okay. So what I would recommend you do is select the time frame you want to trade with and the candlesticks you want to trade with. Okay. So you can choose anywhere from 5 seconds all the way up to 1 day. So here, this is for much higher, much, I would say, swing traders. Swing traders would use a day or 4 hours, and day traders might use 5 seconds to 1 hour. Okay. So I typically use anywhere from 15 seconds to 1 minute. That's just my preferred time frame. So here I'm just gonna go with 50 seconds. And then for the time frame, you can choose any sort of time period right here. However, you cannot go above 4 hours for the specific trade. Okay. So you can choose anything from even 3 seconds all the way up to 4 hours. Okay. So you have a wide range of uh, time intervals to trade with. Okay. And then from here, you want to set up your indicators. So you can set up MACD. You can set up many different things: parabolic SAR, momentum, for example, RSI. You don't want to set up too much because it'll get very convoluted. It'll get very compact, right? Which is not optimal for trading in my experience. So, but you can set up many different things, right? Um, I prefer a few different things. One, I like the SuperTrend. The SuperTrend just tells you when to buy and sell. Okay. Very simple indicator that I like. I also like the MACD. Very helpful indicator, very traditional indicator, I would say. And then I also like the RSI. Okay. So these are my preferred three. You can choose whatever three you want. And then from here, all you have to do is select your preferred asset. You can go over the currencies. I would recommend you stay above the 85% payout. So that means um, probably none of these really, because the payout is just too low to make it worth it, right? Because you're putting a lot of risk on the line here for binary options. So what do you do if you make this trade, right? And predict successfully. Let's say you bet $100, right? A 92% payout means you get $92 of profit. Okay. So that's really great. You'll get $192. So you put in $100 and you get 192 back. So it's 92 in profit. Okay. However, if you lose $100. So why would you go below 85? I don't know. So don't go below 85 on cryptocurrencies. There's plenty below 85. So I wouldn't go Avalanche, or especially not Toncoin. 47% payout is way too low. Commodities, their payouts are not too bad, especially these top three ones. Stocks, there's plenty with 90% above and above. Okay. And one really good note I have here for you is that 93% is one of the best binary options trading rates, really, there are on the market. Okay. So 92% is really great because, of course, the actual platform has to make a profit on this. So 92% is pretty much the best you're going to get. I wouldn't do any indices. Indices are a little bit lower risk when you get it, but um, maybe OS 200 OTC. I might do that one. But overall, it's just not a great investment vehicle for you just because the payout is just so low. And of course, you can choose favorites, right? So these are my favorites right here. But right here, you can see how to do the actual trade. So what I want to do right now is I want to do an actual trade. Just to show you for demonstration purposes, I might lose this trade. Just stick with me here. It's going to be real authentic trade. So what you want to do is you just want to search for different assets. You can also, if you want, go to multiple charts. So you can choose 2 charts, right? You can also choose 4 charts. So 4 charts is if you want to see many different um, assets at the same time. Okay. So for example, here, Apple. Apple here just had that, let's say buy, or I think it was a sell. They just had that buy recently, and maybe it was a little bit off. So if you go to multiple charts, you want to make sure that everything is kind of set to be proper candlesticks and the proper time frames, right? So you have the 10-second candlesticks here. You have the 3 indicators. Make sure everything's aligned. Um, and here you want to make sure all of these are aligned too. So it's a little bit more complicated, I would say, but you can set up multiple different trading kind of setups at the same time. So for example, here I have Netflix. I just said sell very recently. So if you go back to one chart and go to Netflix, Netflix, the payout isn't really great. So it's not, I wouldn't say it's worth it. But here, this just did say sell. And what you would typically do traditionally is you just press sell here and it should go down, right? Um, I'm just going to do it for demonstration purposes. Just put a sell in, right? It says sell here. Decent momentum going downwards. Just for demonstration purposes, I did this. You shouldn't do 50 something percent payout because that's just super low. And as you see, I lost it right there. But that's essentially how you do the trade. Okay, so you want to just select the time frame you prefer. Okay, and you want to be sure that the risk you're taking is worth it. So that means the payout is worth it. So as you saw right there, I just lost what, like $300 just for demonstration purposes. Okay, and yeah, so that's how to trade on pocket options actually. So you just want to set up your indicators, make sure your time frame is set up right. So I'll typically do, as I said, 15 to 1 minute. Sometimes I do 10 seconds to 1 minute. Those are my preferred time frames. Um, don't really trade. Don't trade with too much of your account value in each trade. Of course, you want to trade with, generally speaking, um, well under 5% at least. So a lot of traders they stick to like a 1% rule. I think that's a little bit too conservative. A lot of times I'll go to 3%, or even a little bit more, if I feel like taking a little bit more risk. But I would say definitely stay under 5%, okay, for each trade, because if you make 4 or 5 wrong trades, that's going to be a big chunk of your portfolio, okay? So make sure you understand the risks when trading binary options because they are more risky, but they can be a lot more profitable. Okay, so heavy trading, go over to pocket option and test it out. Okay, so because pocket option also has a demo account, which where you can trade. So what I would recommend right now is go to becoinnet. Click this right here. Start out with a demo account. Okay, just start trading just randomly. And once you get good at one strategy, so just don't practice 50, 100 different strategies. Just practice 1 or 2 good ones. Get really good at those 1 or 2, and then start practicing with, the minimum deposit amount, which is about $5, and then start to get really good at that. And eventually you'll be making some pretty decent money. Okay, you can make hundreds, if not thousands, a month, just on the side, or even make this your full time job. Okay, so there are a lot of binary traders that are my personal friends that have made this their full time jobs just because they've gotten so good at it. Okay, so you want to really get good at one strategy or 2 strategies first off. Make sure you don't trade with more than 5% of your portfolio, and happy trading. Okay, good luck.